Yo guys, welcome back to another Princess Connect video. Okay, so in today's video, I'm literally just gonna do nothing but tell you as new players, and oh, by the way, older players, veterans, you guys that have been playing it longer than I have, if I make a mistake or if you have some information that you feel I have left out, please drop it in the comments. We don't learn unless people educate us, and that's what the videos are here for. So saying that, let's get into the video. I'm going to tell you guys right now what you should be focusing on and the stages to do so. I'm not going to overload you with too much information. We're literally talking right out of the gate, what should you be doing and how much of a priority are certain things. So let's say you've started an account, you've done your re-rolling, or you've decided not to re-roll. It's completely up to you. You don't have to re-roll. Just if you did re-roll, it just gives you a bit of a more optimal head start for certain content that isn't even out yet on the on the global server. So you finished all that. Where do you go from there? Well, the first thing you need to do is sorry, I should have timed that better. The first thing you need to do is push story as far as you can. Pay no attention to the fact that I'm only on chapter 6. I spent like a day re-rolling and then another day just reading up and researching the game, speaking to people, jumping in and out of different discords. I have like a whole list of Google spreadsheets and documents and wiki pages and stuff that I spent like a whole day reading. I have received a little bit of bad information and advice from certain people, but for the most part, everyone's been very helpful, and that's what I do here on this channel. I find information from people that have it, and I pass it on to people that might need it. Anyway, so like I said, push the story as far as you can go. When you get to a point where you hit a bump in the road and you can't go any further, then it's time to look at your equipment. So we come over here to characters, say look at Shiori for example. Now I got Shiori rank 4, but I can potentially get her to rank 5, and then going through stage or chapter 6, I can get her to rank 6. This is how it works. Now essentially what your main priority is, you're going to push the story and then eventually focus on getting your main team all rank 7, because rank 7 is what finally unlocks their last ability here. You see right here, unlocks rank 7, so they will now have all of their they will have all of their skills. Sorry. After that, you can maybe focus, or not focus. After that, you can maybe try and grind the hard quests. But I would suggest prioritizing only certain. If you're doing it for shards, I wouldn't recommend doing it for shards in a way. It's more beneficial to just do it for equipment earlier on. If you are farming shards for Ascension, then maybe just focus on specific ones that are relatable to you. I will cover shard priority in a different video. Actually, I know it's like a whole slew of other YouTubers have already done shard farming priority videos. If you want my advice right now, Kokiri and Yui are probably your best bets right now for the beginning of the game, because Kokiri will be used in a broader spectrum of content. Yui, if you need a healer, not all game modes require you to have a healer, but if you did need one, Yui is probably the better way to go there. And I say Kokiri because she actually does have 2 stages to farm from relatively earlier on. And if you do not have a better tank than Pekko, please farm the Pekko as well if you need to. Now I understand there is a stamina limit, so like, you know, just be responsible with your stamina spending. Like, obviously you can only do these 3 runs in a row, and if you are free to play, I don't recommend replenishing the hard mode stories. So now to catch up, we've pushed the story as far as we can go. We're aiming to get our main team to all rank 7, so they unlock all of their abilities. During this progress, you should be doing grotto and dungeon daily, because you do need to start thinking about Ascension and what units you are going to ascend and what units are going to be objectively useful. So if I can find the shop, still learning my way around the user interface, it is somewhat annoying. Okay, now so this is where you start to think about Ascension. Now ultimately I will say, and the general consensus is that if you are looking to spend dungeon coins, Yukari is the way to go because she's so useful. Divine amulets should be saved for limited characters. This is like literally everywhere I've been, where do I spend, trying to learn where I spend divine amulets and who's worth and who's not. Everyone basically shouted the same thing at me. save them for limited units. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save them for limited units. I do have 196 divine amulets right now. I have summoned a few times. Like, I'm not a whale, but I have spent a little bit on the game thus far. So what we're up to right now is reroll, push the story, farm equipment, get rank 7. That's where you're at. And whilst doing that, you should be doing grotto and dungeon daily. Also, pushing the story helps to unlock the harder stages or the higher stages in the grotto. So let's have another look at that. I got to chapter 6. So yeah, I've unlocked, I should be, yeah, experience quest level 3. And it should be the same for the mana one as well. So this is the direction you should be going in. Just push the story, get your equipment, get to rank 7 as a main team. Nothing else has yet become available. Once you've got to a point where you're like, okay, I've done all that, your video is useless. Is it though? This is where it comes to a more internal philosophical question. As most players on every game are free to play, and this is a gacha game. Gacha games usually are resource light and the spending is resource heavy. This means it's impossible as a free-to-play player to do every aspect of the game to the level that we want to. As such, you need to come to a decision, not right away, but at some point, which game mode do you prefer to play in, and whether it's arena or clan battle. Arena, from what I've noticed, is somewhat harder to get into, or sorry, succeed in without being overly sweaty and try hard-ish. I hate the term try hard because who plays a game and doesn't try hard? I'm just saying, like, who plays a game to lose? Either way, all right, I'm digressing. What I mean is it's going to be harder for you to succeed as a free-to-play player in PvP. I'm not saying you can't be successful or to a degree successful, but if you get up to those sweaty ranks, you're going to struggle somewhat. Clan battle, however, is a little bit easier to go by. It requires damage. Damage is the way to go. There are strategies for it. I will cover what units are good for which mode in another video, maybe tomorrow. But as such, that's the decision for you to come up with. Do you prefer clan battle or do you prefer arena modes? Now, you've already gone over arena. We don't have clan battle yet. Clan battle is essentially the boss rush mode in which there will be 5 bosses and you have to defeat them one at a time. As soon as you defeat all 5, they reset, but harder. You need to spend, you know what? I'm not going to go over clan battle in that much depth. I will do that in another video if you don't know already. But you do need to decide which way you want to sort of head your account. Now, currently, the situation on my account is I can do either. I have a good start for either. I am probably going to lean in the clan battle direction because it is more free-to-play friendly and doesn't require me to spend as much. Also, do not be afraid to reset your stamina. Like mine's sitting at 250 because I just collected some. But do not be afraid to reset your stamina for up to 3 times in the day if you are free to play. Because from what I have learned and what I've been told by many people and sources of information that I've gone over is that you can, as a free-to-play player, replenish your stamina up to 3 times a day and still earn back enough to profit in jewels. It obviously, I don't think is something you should do every single day, or you know, if you're planning on summoning, because it will eventually cost you something down the line. Those jewels obviously could have gone towards a banner. The banner could have got you a unit. Here we are. So to summarize, where do you go? Reroll, don't reroll, it's up to you. Push the story, grind equipment, get to rank 7 for your main team. Make sure you're doing grotto and dungeon daily. Start looking at where to spend the currency in the shop. Please do not spend the divine amulets. Save those for limited units. And then decide yourself based on what you prefer, what type of player you are, as to what game mode you want to specialize in. Because doing both is going to be exceptionally resource heavy for you, and it's not ideal for most players. You will probably burn out from it, and this isn't a game, from what I can see, that requires you to be that heavily into making sure you optimize everything. So in that case, that is going to be everything, guys. I know it's probably a lot less than you were expecting, or a lot more than you were expecting, but I didn't want to throw too much at you at once. I hope that helps you. If it did, please make sure to drop a like. If you did make it this far in the video, please let me know if there is something I can do or something I'm missing out. Advice for players, or even resources that you can point me to where I can learn more, so I can pass on information to newer players. Anyway guys, that is going to be everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to drop a like if you did, subscribe if you are not. Social media links in the description, and as always guys, I love you and I'll catch you later.